Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Total War Attila, Age of Charlemagne as the Emirate of Cordoba. The entirety of today's episode is going to be consisted of me doing the attack on Palma. That's going to be the entirety of the episode today. I've done everything this turn that I can do, I believe. They just cancelled trade with me. I imagine it's because they lost some territory, probably. Yeah, it is. So Asturias is probably going to fall, but we're going to see that next time. The entirety of this episode is going to be the Siege of Palma, so if you're not interested in watching one long battle, then I recommend you skip this episode. There are a lot of people that do prefer me doing just battles. There are some that you know, don't like battles, prefer the more grand scheme of things, grand map things. Which is fine, you know, each to their own, I suppose, but the entirety of today's episode is going to be me fighting the Roman rebels under the command of Stefan, which is a bit ironic. It is going to be an assault from both land and the sea. We have actually a very big navy, which I sort of may have overlooked a little bit, but our navy is big. It's nowhere near as big as it could be, but it is a decent navy, and compared to other navies in the world, I feel like the Travellers of Stranger Tides are definitely up there. So, as you can probably hear, I'm still a little bit sick, but we're gonna. It's not bad. It's a lot better than yesterday, so I feel like I can record stuff now. He says coughing, which is, yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. Is it obvious I'm buying time? Because it's loading in and it's taking forever? Yeah, it is. I know. Beware the Eaters of March. William Shakespeare? Here's the thing. Can I go on a rant for about 2 minutes or so while I set up my army? And I hope that there are others out there. This is an argument that I had with a history teacher, with a Latin teacher, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So it's, I'm astonished that I still remember it, but yes. My argument was basically, there is no proof that Caesar ever said et tu Brutus. That's just something that Shakespeare added. Needless to say, the professor disagreed, and I don't want to say I was made fun of, but, you know, it's like, oh, you know nothing, Jon Snow, go away, is basically the type of answer I got. And so I'm like, it's fine. So I did a bit of Googling, and it turns out I'm right. And now I see Beware the Eaters of March, and I remember that was something else that I was told Julius Caesar said, though as far as I remember, for that saying as well, there's no actual evidence that Caesar said that himself. Or, well, sorry, no, that's not that Caesar said that someone else said that to Caesar at any point. Which now makes me think I should have gone into an argument about that as well, though I'm not entirely certain as to what that would have achieved. But yeah, rant over, I'm sorry. What do we... Oh dear, did I... Yes, I did, sorry. So, we're gonna deploy like this. No, we're not, we're gonna deploy like this. Run. You, we're gonna group up again, and we're gonna deploy like this. Navy, time to do some... Yeah, just do that, yeah. Simple. Now, if I was smart, I wouldn't use the Navy at all. Like, the Navy is not something that we would use, simply because we don't need it, and they're very vulnerable, especially in these types of assaults and whatnot. You generally don't want to use them. Because you prefer to have them doing ship combat, and if they're not doing ship combat, then they don't do anything. But I'm going to use them just to make the entire assault look cooler, and that's... I'm entirely capable of admitting that. This ship looks very, very impressive indeed. Take a look at it. Imagine that's the commander's ship. Of course it is. Lovely. Oh, they have artillery. I should get to their artillery and destroy it. And I will. With the use of... Actually, I won't. Well, I will. I might. Get around the edge of the city and around, and then we'll talk. But for now, just run. I'm still gathering courage to go forth into the breach, and I think I've just gathered enough courage to do that. But that's how it historically happened as well. Armies used to often engage in skirmishes if neither of them sort of muster the bravery and the courage to engage in hand-to-hand combat and charge at each other immediately. They just sort of skirmish each other until they get bored of it, and then they go and straight into you know, personal hand-to-hand, well, close quarters, shall we say? Yeah, warfare. Not always, though. There are exceptions. For example, the English used the bowmen particularly effectively, and well, there was no need to use to go hand-to-hand combat if your bows are doing all the work. But generally, like as a general rule of thumb, that's how it used to happen. Oh, so they're panicking is what this is telling me. Did they just attack the general? Kinda. No, they didn't. Okay, great. Go. Actually, how do his men look like, I wonder? Let's take a look at them. That's tier 3 heavy infantry. I was going to say, they don't look like tier 2. They look superior to tier 2 infantry. Yep, I sort of missed my mark on this, didn't I? Go back. Withdraw. I'm not doing this. Why are you chasing after them? Stay back. Okay. Now go. Archers have been doing work, I'm sure. I do have plenty of archers, you know, I might as well use them. The ships leave now! Okay, that makes so much sense. Don't do that. What we're doing is you're the navy and you should attack all together, even though you have way more troops than you should for an assault of this type, like in a narrow pass, but still. You should attack all together and fight together everywhere. My orders are to die less, if at all possible. You seem to be dying quite a lot. Move up the archers, because they can do sizable amount of damage. Actually, don't attack the skirmishers. How are we doing up here? Lovely. We've broken the enemy bowmen. Forward! Ooh, you guys. Really forgot about you. How are you doing? Can you do any fear? Yeah, you can do fear. Don't. It's good that I saved up that, because you're gonna go and attack Stefan himself. You're gonna try and kill him. Engage skirmisher mode. Actually, no. We're gonna get we're gonna get some XP for the general. You come back. Yeah, basically going to kill off the men retreating, which is what the cavalry was mainly used to do. Which is what cavalry was mainly used for, sorry, in battles like these. So we've won the push down sort of like, I'm going to call this main avenue. Yeah, we've won, haven't we? More or less. Let's kill the oranges. Oh, sorry, oranges, not oranges. 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 Yeah, firing oranges instead of catapult, instead of like stone. Stones, yeah, basically. They're tier 2, very heavy melee cavalry. But these guys are tier 3 and these guys are tier 3 as well. So my general's better protected than his general. That's something that we need to remember for future reference. Because I have superior generals to rebels, like General's Bodyguard. We should remember that. Let's go and push up here. Go. And you just pull out. Like, pull out all of our cavalry out of the city. No need to get them in any further danger. They're going to be useless, pretty much. You've abandoned your siege equipment, from what I can see, yeah. I say siege equipment, yeah. They're defending the siege, so it's not exactly siege equipment, but... heavy artillery, let's call it. Combat even, yeah, maybe. Detach 2 heavy infantry units to go after the spearmen. See how this is... It kinda worked, temporarily at least. This I don't really like. Look, that's not... No, that's... What are you... That's just weird. That's creepy. It's creepier than usual. Let's take a look at the... I always love doing this, looking at the place where the battle was most intense. Ah. So the Navy is actually doing great. The Marines, can I call them Marines? I can't call them Marines, they're not Marines, but... Actually, in ancient Greece they had Marines, which is... Yeah, they were technically Marines, and they're even called Marines in the game, so you can't say I'm wrong. And I think in Rome you can recruit mercenary Marines, which was just ancient Marines. There's something about that, isn't there? Something about that. Go. Attack, forward, charge. Whatever you prefer. Go. Go. We need to get there now. But yeah, you're winning... well, you're not exactly winning, but you're not losing any men at all, almost. So, you're, I guess, the perfect infantry for holding the line, and... You have no idea how much I love those shields, but it's a shame that you're all going to die to the Islamic hand and sword. Which may or may not be a reference to Rome Total War, the original, but... you don't need to concern yourselves with that. Backs, just attack him from the back and he's going to die. He's very brave, though. It's a very brave general we're fighting against. He literally is going to fight to the last man with his cataphracts. I believe these are Duke's Guard. Yeah, they look like cataphracts. For those of you saying they're not cataphracts, arguable, because the Byzantines used cataphracts that had nothing to do with the original cataphracts in ancient times. They just adopted the similar style of cavalry and equipment and stuff, so they're called cataphracts. Yeah, he fought to the last man, and he's going to... I will remember this siege fondly, because that was very brave of him. Victory. There we go. That was very brave of him, okay? That was very brave of him. We lost 726 troops, which is understandable, because this was a siege, and a difficult one at that. The Orangers killed quite a few of my men, but that's fine. Decisive victory, apparently. Yeah. Yep, okay. Again, the temptation to call them Marines is too strong. The Navy held out extraordinarily well. I'm just going to occupy. Enemy killed in battle. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yes, the only reason I am saying that is because you have the exact same name as I do, but still, rest in peace. The Navy is going to stay. The warriors of Tawhid are going to leave Palma and go elsewhere. Though for now we're going to leave this base. So we have a base here, right? We have a base of operations where we can recruit troops, we can station our navy here, supply our ships in this region and everything. We're going to leave it for now. We're going to mothball it. And we're not going to do really anything with it. We're just going to repair these buildings and going to gain income from, is this olives, if I'm correct? Yes, from olive oil. And I'm going to leave that. But later in the future, in the far, far future, we may come back to Palma and stage attacks in Italy from here. Which would be lovely. But that is for the far, far future. Right now, our attention turns north to the Kingdom of Leon, or the Kingdom of Asturias, which is falling, and to the city of Leon specifically. Under the command, right now we're under the rule of our former enemies, the Tafir of Zaragoza, who despise us. We might go ahead and aid our good friends, the Christians of the Kingdom of Asturias, and yes, take everything I say with a pinch of salt. That's good friends on the full quotation marks. We might go ahead and aid them, so to speak, in their struggle against the Tafia of Zaragoza. Yeah. What's this, by the way? What does it mean? Oh, there's something that... lead. Ah. There's lead there. Okay. Worth investigating later, I suppose. Let's end turn, and then we're going to end the video, I assume. But yes, even in 700 something AD, we're still learning stuff about Julius Caesar, and apparently every quote that you see from Julius Caesar was actually written by William Shakespeare. Which I hesitate to say I knew, but yeah, it got me into trouble. Turns out you can know too much for your own good. And if you do know, sometimes it's better to shut up about it, because you don't want to make others feel... how do I put it? Inferior to you. Life advice with Juggernaut. Faction encountered Galician separatists. Ha. So, you're pretty much gonna fall, aren't you? Ar-Rahman's elite. They're getting way too many soldiers. They're getting way too... They're getting way too strong, let's be honest, and I need to fix that. So, you're gonna stay, as we said. You are leaving Palma. I don't care if it's unhappy. You're leaving. So you're going straight to Valencia. And yes, you are going to do that. You're going to calm down eventually, I assure you. Mana, we're going to need to convert to an estate, I assume. No, a market village. Screw estates. Here... no, sorry, here. Not yet, apparently. What can we do here? We can build something. Let's build something. You're extremely happy with the way things are going, so I might build a surface mine there, but I'm not sure. In fact, I will. I will. Okay, there we go. That's it for this episode. Please remember to like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Looking good. Looking good. There's going to be a big mess here. Bye-bye.